times if like people are like forcing me to pass, like I like have to like get good at like my grades and like, or if you play a sport and stuff, like you have to pass your classes to be able to do that sport.
Yeah. So that's the other motivator.
Mm-hmm.
When thinking about that future for yourself, have you made a decision? Do you want it? Are you thinking about college? Or are you thinking about something else? Like where have you landed on that?
I'm thinking about going to college and like just going through college and like trying to get scholarships and stuff.
Okay. And so that kind of ultimately helped you from that standpoint of that realization of, I need to, like, I've got a teacher who says, try hard, you're going to pass. So that motivation kind of clicked for you, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Are there any other things that kind of come to your mind when thinking about, wouldn't it be amazing if schools in Capel could do?
I'm not sure.
Could be anything. Like even think about what's maybe not even what you would think would be possible.
What was the question?
Wouldn't it be amazing if schools in Capel could do what?
Gosh, this is like hard.
No worries.
Like if they could. I'm not sure. This is hard. Kind of like everything that like I really would think that they could.
There's maybe like nothing that they could do to go to the next level.
Maybe like if like the teacher's gone to like put us with a different class that period that's the same subject. Instead of having a sub with us, so like we combine classes for however long they're gone.
Yeah. And that goes back to kind of the insight of when we have a sub, it's like, yeah, they might make us work, but they don't really know what the purpose of the class is, and so it doesn't, the experience breaks down.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you get to like learn a different way because that teacher may teach differently.
Wow, yeah.
And your teacher said you may like understand it better.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like going to, like every day you would go to a subject, but it would be at a different teacher. Mm-hmm. That could be, that's interesting. And then that might help. Hey, I may not get it this way, but another kid might get it in that particular teaching session, but I'll get it, and then maybe the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You talked a little bit about some of that stress. I heard of like figuring out the future in college and like whether people are looking at your grades now, so I need to get done. Like what is your kind of current level of stress at school?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, what are the sources of that stress?
I have to say like not understanding or not knowing the concept, and then sometimes like I like homework, but sometimes our teachers like give us a little bit too much homework, and then they'll make us do, I don't know if y'all know no red ink. It's like we have to do it in English. That's really stressful, so like it's a test grade and like you have to get that done.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. So no red ink is just a particular way to do the homework?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's like knowing concepts of like where to put a period in a sentence, and like knowing like what a noun is, and like being able to do that. It's like really stressful considering we have to do that a lot. Yeah. Or like we have to do Membeing every week, and that's really stressful because there's other classes that we have homework in, and Membeing takes up a lot of time.
And what's that? Membe?
It's like knowing vocabulary and stuff.
Okay.
Like, I think it's a state law that we have to do it.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
it's really hard considering all our teachers are giving us like a little bit too much homework. Like, there's a point where like we're good with the homework. Like, we have like 3 pages or something, but once it gets like 6 pages for like all your classes, it's difficult.
Yeah. Wow. So intense homework.
Yeah.
That's a big source. What about from a people side? I mean, thinking about teachers, parents, yourself, things like colleges that you mentioned, are there any like sources or expectations that are causing stress from that standpoint?
Probably like having to pass classes and stuff.
Okay.
Like,
And who's telling you that you need to pass classes?
my parents and grandparents
Okay.
and teachers.
Yeah. Gotcha. On the flip side, kind of as one of our last questions, I wanted to put you in this is kind of a fun exercise. I'm going to put you in a paid position, pretend, to destroy the schools in Capel. I want you to make them the worst schools that people would say, okay, I'm going to go pack my bags and leave. I'd rather go to Dallas or somewhere else to go to school. What would be the fastest way for you to destroy the schools?
Probably have strict teachers.
Okay. So why do you think strict teachers would do us in?
Because a lot of students don't like learning, I guess.
Okay.
So, like, if there's like a new teacher, like, people like always try and like skip their classes and stuff
Mm-hmm.
and not go to them. And then if we had to do like a course that we didn't like or didn't sign up for and we had no choice to go to it,
Yeah.
people wouldn't want to go.
Wow. Yeah. So no choice in your learning.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't necessarily like learning or appreciate learning, putting barriers like strict teachers in the way, or you have to learn this way, are big ways to just make people check out.
And no technology.
No technology.
A lot
Why
of
is
our
that?
teachers say you can't have your phone in class,
Okay.
but sometimes like I listen to music a lot, and it just like helps me calm down and like get into my work and stuff. And sometimes we can't have that,
Yeah.
and like a lot of people will get mad and stuff and be like, "I'm still gonna have my phone out and stuff," and then they
Yeah.
don't have their phone because the teacher has it.
So there's things that technology does that helps you get into the right learning mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Like music for you might be something different for another student.
Yeah.
So restricting that completely would break down the system.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's interesting thinking about that versus what we were talking about in the very beginning with iPads and how sometimes technology can distract how you learn.
Yeah.
So what, on the flip side, just if I said only technology, would that be detrimental, or would that not do us in? If I said the only way you can interact is only technology.
I mean, that'd be like good but bad at the same time. 'Cause people get distracted and stuff. Like, I know a lot of my friends like watch Netflix during class and stuff.
Really?
And play games. So
Netflix and games happen sometimes during the
Yeah.
class? Yeah. So it's like the iPads are technically y'all, so you can put Netflix on there, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes the school restricts it, but like we always find a way.
Way around it, yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
But like there'll be times like where people will do that, and then like there's the people that like don't really want to do what we're doing in class. Like teacher will give us the paper, and like they'll be like, "Oh, I can do this for homework," and then there'll be like people that like actually want to work, and then they'll use technology the right way, and like listen
Yeah.
to music or
Yeah.
not text their parents and stuff during class.
Yeah, so it needs to be there, but it also has a balance to it.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Last question is this. Let's say after you leave today, you're walking down the hall, you run into the superintendent, Mr. Hunt. this guy is like in charge of all the different schools here.